In this lecture, I'm going to show you a template for a context analysis process. Now, if you look at the project plan, then you will see that the first step in step 2 is to establish a context analysis process. In this lecture, I'm going to show you a template that you can use for your own organization based upon best practices and the necessary steps that the standard requires. Please remember that the determination of the scope is actually covered in the information security governance process. So in the process template that I'm going to show you right now, we're just going to focus on the internal and external issues and the requirements of interested parties. Alright, here we go. So as always, on the left we have the input, and on the right hand side we have the output of the process. The activities of the process are within the bluish highlighted area in the middle. Now what do we have? We have steps that are about identifying external and internal issues, which are then reported to the information security governance process to consider them when determining the scope of the ISMS. Next up, we identify external and internal interested parties, and then we determine their requirements. So this means we have a look at applicable laws and regulations, we check for contracts with customers, and what we basically do is we identify their requirements towards information security, which can then hopefully be covered by our ISMS. And this is then the next step to determine which requirements are addressed through the ISMS. So remember, some requirements may not be addressed through the ISMS. So, there's, let's say, adversaries out there that have malicious intent, and their requirement would probably be for you to be very vulnerable. So this is not a requirement that we're going to address through the ISMS, but technically you should consider this. Okay. So, and finally, we communicate these requirements via documentation, via written communication, whatsoever, to dedicated processes within our ISMS that are then supposed to handle this information. So for example, let's say we determine customer requirements or supplier requirements, and we then communicate and forward this information to the supplier management process or to the communication process. And that's basically the template. It's generic, but it allows you to set up your own process and adjust it and adapt it to your own specific needs.